Okay, so I am selling my captain's bed. Here's the bed. These are the drawers. I have the drawers out so that you can see the underside of them. Alright, so with these drawers, I've done some improvements on them. I've added new panels to the bottom of the board. This is maple wood. I went with that because it's a hardwood. These are SPAC screws, which are the best one I could find. And it also, I think the box of SPAC screws, which is included in this sale, comes with a bit. So that's a star bit, and it's, in my opinion, better than like a Phillips head. I've put new guides on these. These are sanded. My brother-in-law made these with his CNC, so they're really smooth and stuff. So they slide in and out very well. There's a total of 8 drawers. As you can see from this, they're about 6 inches in depth. Alright, to get it exactly right, it's about 4.5 inches in depth, 14.5 in length, and about 22 inches, more like 21.5 inches in width. So I've done that with most of the drawers. Some of them have the old panel in them, which didn't end up being necessary for some of them because that panel was still in good condition, so I just kept it like it was. And the slider that was on it was still in good enough condition that I could keep it. But with a lot of these I replaced them because they originally had a cheaper wood in it that was like probably like pine or something. Also included in the sale, oh wait, also replaced all these and put SPAC screws in those. So included in the sale is a box of less than 240 SPAC screws because maybe about 100 of them at most are in the bed itself. I think these are zinc coated. I don't know, but they were nice to work with. I didn't have any problems with any of them. I've also got some Phillips head 1/2 inch ones that come with it. Got 3 spare drawer sliders in case, well, I actually overbought and didn't actually end up needing those. These are 2 extra sliders. They're already ready to be screwed on in case you have a problem with any of the other ones. I just ended up not using these because this one was a little rougher. Didn't end up being sanded as well. This one was a little thinner, so that makes it more susceptible to cracks and stuff. So yeah, I've secured these really well in here. I put them at the midpoint. Measuring that was a task. So the actual dimensions of the bed itself: 78 inches in length, 37 in height. With the drawers closed and everything, the most it is in width is 43. If you open up a drawer on either side, it's going to be 71 inches. If you open up the door panels, like this one, it's going to be 85. I've never been in a place where I'd have enough room on both sides to open both drawers all the way. Most of the time one side or the other would be against the wall. And I'm in an apartment now, so I don't really have room for this. And also it's very bulky, and I'm going with an open bed frame now that's raised off of the floor, so I can store stuff underneath that still. But part of the reason I'm selling this is because I'm 6'2", and this bed was a little bit too short for me. Alright, so these are the containers. Obviously the drawers spaces are going to be the same size as the drawers themselves, pretty much. I've also got these cubby holes. I don't don't know what the dimensions of those are. It's, I mean, what? There's my hand. That's your scale. That's all you're going to get. The bed rests on top of these boards and that sheet of, I think this is chipboard. And what I would do is, because my torso was up here, this is the headboard, that's the footboard because it's got these things on it, so it's not as easy to lean against like when I'm reading and stuff. But my torso would be up here, and since this is going to be flatter and stuff, it distributes weight better just being on the footboards. You know, you could always replace that, but this is what it's going to come with. It's got all but 7 of the bolts. I'm going to go to Home Depot and try it, and if they don't have it, try to go to some other stores and see if they've got a replacement bolt. But it's, I mean, okay, by the way, it doesn't actually, see this gap? I didn't screw those in all the way because I don't really have a socket wrench to screw those all the way in with. And you don't need any other tools other than a socket wrench or just a regular crescent wrench, but really a socket wrench would work better because you could screw them in all the way. That's really the only tool you need for this, but you don't need all 7 of the bolts. It's, once they're screwed in all the way, this really isn't going to move much, but I am still going to try to go to Home Depot and see if they've got it. Got something I can use. I've also got a spreadsheet of all the steps that I took to make improvements to the drawers. These are actually from back in like 1996, and some Amish guy, I think, made them. And I don't know how that works exactly, because, I mean, you must use like a pneumatic, like staple gun to make these, because they don't use electricity. But he ended up using some cheaper materials. Staples did not hold up well. Like, the drawers started coming off and stuff. You don't want to store anything wet in these because, I mean, that's just the nature of the material. It's wood and, you know, particle board. But I've got a spreadsheet of all the steps I took to restore them, and all of the materials that I used in restoring them. So if there's ever an issue with it, you can actually go back and do that yourself, or hire somebody to do it, I guess. Alright, so that's what you're going to need. Anytime you're handling these, I recommend wearing gloves, because the bottom part of these aren't sanded and rounded. The top part that you are going to be touching is rounded, like the edges of these and stuff. But these aren't the part that you're supposed to be touching on a daily basis. Those are just for when you're loading them in and stuff. Is that mold? No, it's just like, I think that's dirt from where I was working on it. Yeah, okay. I will help you load it into whatever vehicle that you're using to transport these. And I guess I could help unload it, but I'd really prefer not to. Because if you live out in, like, I don't know, Radcliffe or something, I don't want to have to go all the way down there and then back to Jeffersonville. I'll help you load them in there, but I'm not going to supply a vehicle, so you'll have to ask a friend to get a pickup truck or something to transport it out, but I'll carry it downstairs, help you load it in. Alright, I think that's all you need to know. I'm selling this, I think, on eBay and Craigslist. You know, I kind of didn't want to sell this because I'm actually proud of the work that I put into it, and I put a lot of work into this. I mean, we're talking hours and hours and weeks and a few months to get the thing done off and on. So I kind of want that work to be worth it, and I want to sell it to somebody who's actually going to kind of appreciate it and use it. Alright, so bid high, or if it's on Craigslist, just give me a call as soon as you can. Don't haggle with me. I'm not going to accept that. Yeah, that's all the information you're going to need to know.